Come on. If you want to sleep there, you sleep there. Come and go this Nigeria.
Voila. Bros, just take it easy. Just take it easy. No, don't do. No talk, you be man. You be man. As no talk, you be okay. As no talk, be okay. No, I say you be for side flight since. No, so you be side flight.
So surprising, so shocking. I am coming across a lot of comments, people insulting me, even my fellow gender who don't understand are also insulting me. I'm not supposed to do what I did. Yeah, I know. I know that is where so many people got me. Why will I tear his passport? It's against Nigerian law. It's against Nigerian rules. I know that. I know. What do I say? To Nigerian immigration, I'm very sorry. But to be sincere, I did it for my husband not to go back. Because I have seen so many things. I've gone through pains.
Upon arrival in her home country, a lady shreds her husband's passport. And in her own words at the airport, she states, "This is Nigeria." She proceeds to insult other persons who question her as to her actions. As she goes home, she makes another video online justifying or trying to explain as to why she got to the point where she had to shred the husband's passport. In other words, she admits to shredding the passport. In her own words at the airport, she states, "This is Nigeria." In other words, welcome to shithole, or welcome to our shithole country, where anything happens. Allegedly. Because there is no other way to explain her actions other than when she says, "This is Nigeria," the only thing that can run through your mind is she knows she can commit such a crime in her Nigeria, or shithole Nigeria per se, and go free. In other words, in her own words, if you have to analyze her actions, what she is simply saying is, welcome to shithole Nigeria, where we can shred passports, our nation's passport, at the airport and go free without any consequences. Or welcome to this shithole land where we don't only shit, but we don't even care to clean. And we don't even care if the shit we have on because we haven't cleaned stings and robs other people. Right there at the airport, she has the nerve to shred her nation's passport, and the video goes viral for the world to see. She comes out after a day or two to justify and claims as to why she did it. She acknowledges she couldn't do it in the country from where she was coming from because she didn't want to put the man in trouble. In other words, she is not afraid of putting the man in trouble from where she's coming from But in her own words, this is Nigeria. She can put the man in trouble there or perform that same action because she knows she can go scot-free. The husband on the other hand, makes a video too, posting that same video at the airport. And after the nation or the police and the custom officers announce and say they are looking into the matter, and it is alleged or they know that they will be going to jail or serving some time, the husband now is forced to do control damage or damage control, and now makes another video and states that, oh, it was a cruise or they were just acting or whatever. It wasn't really a passport that was shredded. Whether it was a passport that was shredded, it was not a passport that was shredded, that's really even none of our damn business. But we just want to look at the action, and we want to act for the purposes of this video. We're going to assume, because they've told so many stories. So we're going to assume that a passport was shredded for the purposes of this video. When you get to the point as a couple or as a partner, if you're in a relationship, whether it's a marriage, it's just a fiancé, just a boyfriend, and particularly when you have kids involved, like we saw in the video, the kids just standing and watching. When you get to the point where you are so angry or so frustrated that all you can sit and think about is to execute some aspect of evil, like we saw in this action, then you need to really rethink. Because yes, you have a right to be angry, but you don't have a right to act stupid when you are angry, or act in a way that will lead you to jail where your anger won't help you. In this case, now they're facing the law. What I want us to take home from this action of this lady, it's evident that she probably has been talking or has a concern in her marriage. She's been talking or voicing it, and no one has been listening. Now, what we do not know is whether it is the husband who has to listen or family members that have to listen. But all we know is that, and we can assume, is something has been going on that has not been handled correctly, and it has led to her frustration for her to be able to execute it in this way. Is that justified? No. Like I said, she has a right to be angry, but her actions are not justifiable to complement her anger. Because when you get to that point where you are so angry and all you can come up with is to execute some aspect of evil in the form of revenge or retaliation, especially to someone like a husband or a wife that you have children with, the truth is, this lady's actions of shredding a passport is equivalent to shooting the husband with a bullet right point blank in the face. And whether you agree with me or not, that's the simple truth. If you can shred your husband's passport in public, it means that you want the man destroyed. It's not just about sending a lesson. There are many ways to teach a lesson. And something like a passport, which is a national document, is a little bit overboard. She's not the only one. There are many of us in relationships, we feel like we are losing it. We feel like when we've dealt so much with the men and women, we think we're in a relationship, and then all of a sudden something happens and they probably leave you and go and get that side chick, or they leave you and marry a younger girl, or the lady walks off with another man. There is always this tendency for us to retaliate or carry some form of deadly revenge, where all we want is that the other person should feel the pain, the anger, and eventually we want the person dead. And so we go to any length to be able to prove our point. If we are not shredding passports, we are burning other certificates. The message is always, you cannot move forward. If you did this to me, or you think you're going to do this to me and go away, I'm not letting you go away with it. I'm going to kill you. And how do we execute that? We shred passports like this lady. We burn certificates that people have gone to school and worked for over the years just so that we can destroy them. If we are not burning certificates, we are calling the Home Office. We call the Home Office. We report partners that, oh, my wife has a fake nursing certificate, or my husband came in with fake documents. If we are not calling the Home Office or Immigration Office to retaliate and damage and have them repatriated without even thinking whether we have children in these relationships or not, all we are thinking about is some form of revenge and retaliation, and for the person to go down and never to rise. It's very common. We stay in relationships, it's not working. Instead of walking out quietly or seeking a divorce and walking quietly, we sit there and continue to think and plan evil over the night, when the simple solution will just be walk away or seek for a divorce and walk away in peace and not in pieces. We all have a right to be angry, but they say when we are angry, let's not sin. When we are in relationships where we have children, seeking the destruction of the other party when things don't go our way does not help us. When this lady shreds this passport, for how long were they supposed to be in Nigeria? Is this man able to get a new passport within the short time frame that they are back in Nigeria to be able to, let's say, if he was to travel back overseas and meet his job in time? If he can't get that passport on time, it means that he probably will lose the job if he was to go back overseas, because he definitely has a job, unless they were repatriated. We don't know the full story. But it doesn't make sense going to destroy a partner when things don't work out. Even when you realize that you have been scammed or used, when you walk away quietly, you have a God that fights a battle, that when it is time for the other party to receive their reward of karma, I'm telling you, you might even have to go back to God and say, Lord, show them mercy. I've been there. If you are in a relationship and you think no one is listening, stop plotting evil. Don't plot and execute. All this evil is childish, because it only lands you into trouble. Like this lady is in trouble now. You know, she wasn't thinking. She spent time plotting only the evil, what she was going to do. She never for a moment reflected on the consequences and the thereafters. Because if she reflected and did her research, she will know that you don't tear a nation's passport in front of custom officers that can bear witness and you go to jail, whatever is the jail sentence time. No, but she was so focused about teaching the man a lesson. Quit all this evil planning. It makes me, and let me make this comment or say this here. You see, she's not the only one. There are many, like I said, there are many like her. You have many people sticking in relationships. They know it's not going to work. They're busy sitting there and plotting evil. If it is not working, just go away. Forget about what you have invested. Rather than shred a passport, shoot your partner in the face with a bullet, burn down the house, Because these are things people do. They burn certificates, they shred passports like she's done, they burn down the house in retaliation and revenge. They go for a gun and shoot their partners point blank in the face. Others have gone to poison. Others, you do all these evil things. When you do these evil things, it just justifies why your relationship it's not working. Rather than stay there and snap and execute evil, pack your things and walk out. Seek for a divorce and go away, and allow the other party to continue to dance and do whatever. Count your losses and go away. It's more honorable to walk away. And even if you must stay, don't execute wickedness over the other person. In trying so hard to bring down the other person, especially when you have children. And even if you don't have children, when you came together, everybody was doing well. If you're going to leave, everybody should leave and still continue to do well. If it doesn't work with A, let it work with B. Shredding passports, killing people because relationships have not worked with you, because all those things it just shows the kind of person that you are. You're not mature. You need to graduate out of that. Graduate out of all these petty, silly, evil things that we find adults doing without thinking in front of our children at the airport like that. Not thinking even about the consequences on those children. Yeah, we do have things that hurt us, but don't go shred a passport. There's something called walking away. There's another called divorce. There's another called separation. These are all amicable options to take rather than sit there and execute and plan and execute evil. I'd rather you choose walking away, divorce, separation for some time, and seeing whether you can get counseling and come back together. Those are all options. Now the husband is trying to do damage control so that the wife will not go to jail and all those kind of things. If she sat down and thought this through, she wouldn't have gotten to this level. Quit the evil. Let God fight your battles when it comes to these relationship things. You're talking, they are not listening. Be quiet. Look for what works, but don't plan evil. Walk away quietly. Only time will tell. When you act like this, it just makes everybody be like, well, we said it. This is the kind of woman that she is. That's right. Because no matter what the lady says again in her marriage, whether she's right, nobody will ever listen. Because of her actions of shredding passports. Nobody will listen. Nobody. Let's quit the evil. If our relationships are not working, let's not be calling immigration to be reporting our partners for documents to be withdrawn because we want to get back at them. Let's quit calling the police over things that don't make sense. Let's quit this evil that we execute on our partners because we are not having our way. That's just what I'm saying. Let's quit it. When a relationship doesn't work, walk out of it in order. So that in the future, the other partner will just be like, you know what, I messed up. And that is why if you're a man or woman and you leave a relationship and the other party does not long for you again, then you were not really good in that relationship. You should be able to leave a relationship and move forward. And your ex always will be like, you know what, that was a good lady. That was a good man. They can't say that about you when you have these shreddings of passports, whether it's divorce or whatever. So let's quit the evil, regardless of our anger. Let's quit it. And stop disgracing our nations and ourselves like this girl did or lady did. Be angry, but do not sin. Especially when your sin is the one that will take you to jail. Well, I don't know what her nation is going to do. I can't say. It's for the nation to decide. But let's learn from things like this and change our ways and know that we have options to walk away, to seek for divorce, to have some separation for some time if things are not working, if we feel like we're talking and no one is listening. Those are better options than planning and executing evil acts against our partners, especially when we have children. If we came together in one piece and the relationship didn't work, we should be able to go our separate ways, still in one piece and not in pieces. Post your comments about this issue and let's keep the conversation going. And thanks for watching.
I invite you to keep regular dates with me on my new series of Issues by Elsie on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And thanks for joining me on this journey